Giving your body the sleep it needs is important at all ages. For a toddler, that means sleeping between 12 to 14 hours per day. Trying to explain that to a toddler is nearly impossible though. As far as they're concerned, more sleeping just means less playtime. So what's a parent to do when bedtime becomes battle time? Fortunately, there are a number of things you can do to try to tip the scales in your favor. Let's review 10 things that can help making going to bed easier for you and your child. Fortunately, there are a number of things you can do to try to tip the scales in your favor. Let's review 10 things that can help make going to bed easier for you and your child. Number 1. Share story time. Reading can help your child shift their attention away from their day. You also get the benefit of them being still and slowing down their pace, which will allow them to realize they're tired. We usually read 3 books to our children. If you're just starting out, just try reading 1 book and work your way up to whatever works for you both. On a rare occasion, we're lucky enough to have one of our kids pass out on the very first book. When you're a tired parent, that's an awesome thing to have happen. Number 2. Get a music or sound machine. If you have a busy house, a lot of exterior noise, or a bedroom that's adjacent to a shared bathroom, you might want to consider getting a music or sound machine. There are so many shapes, sizes, colors, and features that are available in today's machines. You have a lot of options to pick from. The music or sound machine will help drown out those abrupt loud noises that would otherwise wake your sleeping child. Number 3. Get a nightlight. The dark can be a scary place, especially for little kids. It's the place where the monsters dwell and kids disappear without a trace. If your child is uneasy about the dark, as most are, then giving them a nightlight can help keep the dark monsters away. The more comfortable your child is, the easier it will be for them to fall asleep. Number 4. Don't oversleep. On average, toddlers need between 12 to 14 hours per day of sleep, including nap times. Eventually, that twice-a-day nap should turn into a single nap time. That might seem like a lot of sleep, but their bodies are going through a tremendous amount of growth, and the time they spend awake is usually scattered with high-energy activity. Not enough sleep could have a detrimental effect on your toddler, but sleeping too much can also be problematic. If your toddler is spending too much time sleeping or napping, too close to bedtime, getting them to settle down and go to sleep will turn into a serious test of your patience. Number 5. Foster sleep independence. When you have your firstborn, it's very hard to resist the urge to give in to their wants. One thing kids often want is to have mom or dad there with them in their bedroom as they slowly but surely head off to dreamland. The problem with giving into that is that you're creating a sleep dependency. On top of that, if they wake up in the middle of the night, they're more likely to seek out mom or dad instead of just falling back to sleep on their own. If you can, foster sleep independence with your child. That way, they'll be more comfortable on their own as they fall asleep and throughout the night. If we could start parenting over, we probably would have made a better effort at doing this with our own children. Number 6. Limit screen time. Have you ever had a worry that kept you awake at night? Falling asleep is about slowing down your body and mind. If either your body or mind are running wild, it's hard to fall asleep, and sometimes even harder to stay asleep. If your kids are exposed to too much screen time, especially right before bed, it might be making your job of getting them to bed harder. On top of that, it could be having adverse health effects on your child due to lost sleep. Number 7. Have a sleep buddy. Little kids generally don't like to be alone. It's a little scary for them. Having a sleeping buddy can help reduce the feeling of being alone. Your sleeping buddy could be a stuffed animal or just a small blanket that they can snuggle up with. Experiment with the two to see what sleeping buddy your child is more drawn to. Number 8. Manage body temperature. Have you ever tried to fall asleep in a room that was either way too hot or way too cold? Yeah, it's not easy. The same rule applies to your children. If their bedroom temperature is an uncomfortable level, it's going to become a focus of attention and cause them not to relax. Do what you can to make their room temperature more comfortable. Number 9. Focus on tomorrow. Kids live in the here and now. Whenever they want something, it's always an emergency and they want it like yesterday. When it's time for them to go to bed, it's easy for our kids to get drawn to their favorite toy or game and use that as a stall tactic to delay bedtime. Instead of letting them fall into the here and now mindset, talk about something fun that they can do tomorrow. Emphasize that tomorrow won't come unless they go to sleep today. Creating some anticipation for them may make them more willing to go to sleep so they can do tomorrow's activity. Number 10. Make a routine. If the schedule around bedtime varies every day, kids won't know what's expected of them next. They'll just be bouncing around from one thing to the next. The best thing you can do is establish a routine and then stick to it. This way kids know exactly what has to be done first and every step thereafter. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also check us out at babybeehive.com/blog for more interesting articles.